Good evening. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Welcome to the town of Carmel. This is the town board meeting. It is a voting meeting, and we have 6 resolutions to vote on. I call this meeting to order, and I ask everyone please rise, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. If everyone please remain standing for a moment of silence for all the men and women in uniform that protect us. Thank you. And also, everyone here is deeply saddened still from the passing of our Sheriff, Kevin McConville. And congratulations to Brian Hess for getting the nomination to be our next sheriff. Good luck, Brian. Can we get a roll call attendance, please, from Alice Daly, our clerk?
Councilman Lugo?
Here.
Councilman Kearns?
Here.
Councilwoman McDonough? Here. Councilman Lombardi?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Here. Can I get a motion to accept our minutes that Alice gave us from July 9th?
Second.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough and Kearns, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Our first resolution is acknowledging emergency repairs, Carmel Water and Sewer Districts. Councilman Lugo, could you read that for us, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, hereby acknowledges the emergency performance of water and sewer district collection system, distribution system, and treatment facilities repairs as fully detailed in the memorandum of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., to the Town Board dated July 29th, 2025, as attached hereto and made a part thereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second. And seconded by Lombardi. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. The second resolution is authorizing the approval of a change order, which is number 2 and 3 at McDonough Park. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel had previously awarded the contract for the above project to Maruti Construction LLC, and whereas the Town of Carmel Director of Recreations and Parks, Nina Kalmeyer, has provided proposed change order number 2 and change order number 3 to the aforesaid contract to the Town Board for consideration and review. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari to sign change order number 2 to the aforementioned contract, resulting in no overall contract price change. Said change order to be in form as attached hereto and made part hereof. And be it further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari to sign change order number 3 to the aforementioned contract, resulting in an overall contract price increase of $6,405.50. Said change order to be in form as attached hereto and made part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lugo. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Our third resolution is authorizing the release of a bond. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes. Whereas the application has been made by J. Fletcher Creamer and Son, Inc. for the total release of a site plan bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations for tax map number 75.20-1-16 with respect to a site plan approval issued for the aforesaid property, which concerns the improvements at 59 McNair Drive, Mahopac, New York. And whereas said application has been reviewed by Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., and release of the bond has been recommended and approved by the Town Engineer and the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the release of Liberty Mutual Bond Number 190051214, bond posted in the amount of $87,000. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Kearns. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 4 is again a resolution authorizing release of a bond. Councilman Kearns, could you read that for us?
Yep. Whereas application has been made by J. Fletcher Creamer and Son Incorporated for the total release of a site plan bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations for tax map number 75.13-1-6 with respect to a site plan approval issued for the aforesaid property which concerns the improvements at 70 Geimer Drive, Mahopac, New York, and whereas said application has been reviewed by town engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., and release of the bond has been recommended and approved by the town engineer and the Town of Carmel Planning Board. Now therefore it be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the release of Liberty Mutual Bond number 190050266, bond posted in the amount of $94,000. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Give me a roll call again, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 5 is a resolution accepting proposal to extend grant writing and administrative services. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal to extend G&G Consulting, Spencerport, New York, for the provision of grant writing and administration services at an annual cost of $50,000 and in accordance with the proposal date August 23rd, 2024. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Marianne Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Again, can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. And our final resolution is resolution authorizing entry into a stipulation of agreement with the CSEA. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Sure. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel authorizes entry into a stipulation of agreement with Civil Service Employees Associations, Inc., 1000 AFSCME, AFL-CIO, Town of Carmel Unit, such stipulation to be in form as attached here to, in me part hereof, and be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to execute the aforementioned stipulation and any other necessary documentation required in connection therewith. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lugo. And again, one last roll call.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Marie?
First, before I even start, half of my neighbors did not know what was going on until I showed them last night, the back of the bills. Viola is triple charging everybody there. What I don't understand is, you just said we would have to buy the water. Why not? All the money that we're giving Viola, there's a couple of statements I want to make. The problem last year in September was the $29,000. The following month, it was $45,000. I know of nobody that pays $45,000 for water, at least not a home. Thank God, with the help of Congressman Lawler, it was wiped out. The company knew they were wrong. The water company is at it again. I not only paid the bill, part of the bill last Friday, I got 2 more bills yesterday. One for $1,200 and one for 15 and change. I have the bills with me. It is ridiculous. With a threat of shutting me off again on September 12th. Since January 2025 alone, I've paid, I believe, it was $1,676. That was supposedly be for November and December since January of 2025. From January 2025 to September, I paid approximately another $1,600, 29 monthly, a total of $250, close to $5,000. I don't own a restaurant. Part of the bills is on a payment plan, which they take faithfully from my credit card. They added it on the bill, even though it's being paid. I had someone look at the bills. Some of them came quarterly and some come monthly, also estimated. Also, this water company has been charging a 3-tier charge. And nobody, if you don't understand the water bill, I didn't, but somebody else looked at it. Amongst the other charges for the facility, cost of water. But wait a minute, then what is the water bill? There's another charge and everything else. There is no way I can pay these crazy bills. Last night I went to a couple of the neighbors. They could not understand why their water bills went crazy until I showed them the 3-tier charge. No one over here agreed to this. I know I didn't. I have my bills from Forest Park, which will clearly show my bills were $175 to $250 quarterly, not monthly, and it was one charge. I know I was never notified. A few neighbors last night did not know it either. I did not agree to this. I don't think they did either. None of us got paid for the damage done to our wells. This was and is an added expense. I want my well back. When I bought the house 39 years ago, I had well water, no private water, and at the time, the contamination we were told was going to be about $35 a month we were going to be charged. This is a far cry from $35. I'm 71, retired, disabled, recently recovering from surgery on June 27th to get the hardware out of my arm. I get less than $1,200 a month, and by the time I pay my Medicare, no way this can go on. This is a house, not a restaurant. I saw all the lawsuits against Viola from people getting sick, overcharging, and more. This is wrong that some in this town have town water. My son-in-law's mother pays $60 every 2 months or 3 months. She's outraged too at this water bill. And by the way, the second problem, that's still not fixed up on Silvergate. He got mad because I asked him who pays his salary. Yeah, who pays your salary? Do your job. I know you're trying, Mike. I'd be screaming more. And Mr. Kearns, I complimented your wife on getting me the help. When I went to call her back, she's never called me back. So I emailed her today, and I've got papers here for everybody. I just don't know what to do.
All right, so-
This is insane.
Greg?
$6,000 for water.
She was asking about why can't we take over the private water? I said, we can't take over a private water company. They bought that from Suez or from,
There's times where the.
If they get
operator has
abandoned.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're governed by the Public Service Commission, and that's where the complaint needs to go.
Yeah.
Okay, for any type of conduct or billing or any quality issues that, with respect to the private water supply in that subdivision. Has to go to the PS.
so those bonds that we just voted on?
I'm sorry, what?
The bonds that we just returned
Yeah.
was to the water company for those carbon filters that they attached to take the contaminants out of the water.
PFAS.
The PFASs. So that's probably $1 million that now each of you has to pay, sort of like when you're in a condo and they do a special assessment, that's what your bill goes up because they've got to get reimbursed for cleaning that water.
It's a 3-tier charge. If you say 5, I'm going to just do from top.
Oh, if you use too much water, you get a higher charge?
Not, yeah, in other words, if the first tier, if say you use 10,000 gallons of water, it's one charge. If you use, say, 20,000 gallons of water, it becomes a second charge. And if you want to say anything over that, it's a third tier. You got to see it, it's crazy.
Did you ever have a plumber check if there's some leak somewhere?
Yeah.
No, there is no leak, because when you shut it off, there is no leak.
It could be under.
I had that problem with Forest Park.
Yeah, it could be.
They had a leak in the middle of the street. And poor Amanda's mother was going crazy. And she couldn't figure out where the water was coming from. But that was downhill. You know, he put that on my bill, and I fought that.
Okay.
And he couldn't explain where 870,000 gallons of
So-
water went through.
Can I say something?
So NICEAG and the other utilities have a program for people that are, on a the utilities usually have a program for people on fixed income.
Budget
So if you
billing.
give me the bill, and I will call and see what we can do with the water
Yeah,
company.
you have to see the bill. I'm not kidding. I
okay.
paid some on Friday,
So-
and yesterday I got 2 bills.
Go ahead, Rob.
Can I-
I mean, one for 1,200 and the other one, I'm pretty sure the 12 went into the 15. But it's still $1,500, and it's still $6,000, only since January.
So
6,000 since January?
Yeah.
that seems
Since
yeah.
January?
What?
No, since January, so it's 8 months.
I'm.
So it's 8 months of water is $6,000?
Right.
Let me see those, let me see those bills.
Oh, here.
And I know I got you in touch with my wife last year, and she was able to help you out tremendously. She has been out of the office, so today, when I get home, I'll make sure that she reaches out to you tomorrow, because I know you guys worked closely together last year.
This is Forest Park's bill.
That's an old bill.
I know, and I saved them all. Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
No,
I
but,
saved my bill.
I know, but
I
this
think
one
Frank
says-
wants to see it now, yeah.
Wait, this one says due date, March 1996.
This
No, I want to see, no, but show me the current bill, because I want to,
I'm
yeah.
gonna show you the current bill.
Okay.
I got this one yesterday.
Here, save that.
What is it in comparison to your neighbors? What are your neighbors' bills?
Oh, one was pays $300, another one, there's one of $300.
But much less than what you're paying, you're saying?
Yeah,
That's double. 600 is double.
You gotta have a leak. There's
Right,
gotta,
right,
yeah.
right.
There's
I
gotta
have
be a
no
leak.
washing machine. They can't say anything about my swimming pool, because believe me, that's the same water that's been in there for the last 10 years.
You take long showers?
Are
I'm being
you-
serious.
No, I don't. I can't. I have to,
Does it show, did you get a bill prior to this that
Right,
showed
here's another one.
Some people do
the
it.
usage?
I mean, if you look at the, I gotta put my glasses on.
My wife's in the
Like,
shower
what
45
are the
minutes.
residents, what's
There's-
the recourse?
Yes, this is what I'm
Complain with
looking
public
at, this
service?
here.
You know?
There's gotta be a leak.
My water bill's not that high, though.
Okay, then he
There has to be a
charges
leak in-
the, facility, charge. And then this is water again,
This is actual, these are actual.
okay? I have no idea what this is, but some of this fluctuates. One month it was like $200-some. For this, for water, COW.
But these are actual readings here.
They say actual, but I got news to you. It wasn't actual.
Have you gotten them on the
When you
phone,
look at the front, it's not.
No. The ones that say E,
Right.
so E,
It's
the one.
estimated.
No, right, so there's only, according to this, it looks like there were two estimates. One in November 2024, and the next
Right, right,
estimate, the estimate was February of this year. And the rest of them appear to be actual, but I don't know what this blue. Why is it
Okay,
blue?
just so you know, when I started looking up the lawsuits,
Says they read it
a lot of
on 28.
people, there's a lot of lawsuits against them for overcharging.
Have you
Right.
spoken to anybody on the phone? Have you physically called somebody on the phone? and
Oh,
discussed it?
you know what?
So she has to
Last
write
time
a
I
letter
called
to
her,
that.
when I went to
Just,
make a
you can go
payment,
online and make a complaint
that
to the PSA.
was nasty. We let you get away with it. You didn't
So
let me get
just,
away with anything.
not that, I mean, in
So-
looking at this bill,
I'm
which
gonna-
is ridiculous, but it does
I'm going
say,
to call on your behalf.
the New York State
and just
Public
ask them to
Service
see what-
Commission authorized an increase in service rates for
This is the
Crayola
most insane
in
thing.
February 2020. All right, so you know what? Give these to, do you have copies of these?
No, but
All right,
that's-
we'll
Kevin-
make, we'll make,
I
hold on.
trust
No.
Kevin will make it.
We'll make copies, and then we'll make calls
And we'll get
tomorrow.
somebody on the phone. Yeah, I'll give them a call.
Yeah.
And
No,
this is
only-
what I paid in January.
doesn't matter.
I paid the first
So I'll do
$1,076,
it.
and then another $600.
That's ridiculous.
I know it's ridiculous, that's why I'm crying, because.
All right.
No,
my
all
right, well,
son
we're-
can't
We're gonna make copies, and we're gonna look
I
at
mean,
this.
my grandson lives in the house.
Make sure the
Hey,
address is
listen,
there.
When I had Forest Park and the bills were like
Yeah,
200,
no, I saw that.
250.
But that was
there
also,
9 people in my
that was
house.
30 years ago.
It says somebody came out on 8/28. Somebody came out and read.
No, I understand. No.
And I had a washing machine,
Yeah.
and we emptied out the pool.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't done that.
Okay. We're gonna look,
So would she have to get
We're
somebody
gonna,
to
we're gonna
see?
give them a call tomorrow and get somebody on the phone and get down to the bottom.
Yeah,
But it sounds like there has to be a leak somewhere though. If that's actual usage, you know what I mean, there's water coming out.
There could be a leak
right, but
between
there
the-
there may be a leak too, so,
has-
so you
that's what I'm
have,
saying.
you
There
have to
has to be.
figure out that part.
It could be at the service
It
line.
could
doesn't have to
be-
at the faucet.
Yeah, correct.
Right, yeah.
From the line.
I don't know, all
I-
I know is that
all right,
All right, we'll call.
we'll,
Yeah, we're gonna get somebody on the phone.
Yeah, my son lives there.
I like to call
He
people and
pays
just talk.
the property taxes. He pays the electric bill, so I can save my house. Look,
So, Mike, when you-
I try to remain.
I know, Marie, I know.
I know.
All right,
As can be.
we're gonna look into,
Hickman was
Just
the
ask him
dirty
about it.
judge
I would love to call.
who,
Yeah,
I'm serious.
okay.
nobody got paid for the damage of the oil leak, the gasoline leak on six. That's how
Marie,
we
that sounds like it's.
Contamination.
Mike has got the copies. He's going
Right,
to-
right.
Yeah, 100 years
Mike's-
ago.
right,
Mike's
right,
in it.
Mike's gonna make some calls tomorrow, and he'll advocate on your behalf, and we'll see if there's any recourse that we could take on your behalf.
But you gotta find out first if there's a leak.
Yeah.
Because
All right, we'll ta-
because if there's a leak, this is gonna continue.
They're not gonna shut off the
It's gonna
water.
That month
continue.
that I said I
You-
would
you
leave
have
it
to-
down
Faulty meter,
We're gonna-
it could be a
2
bunch
weeks
of.
later, I
Yes.
paid 600.
Okay,
I would never pay.
What?
I don't care how many bills, I wouldn't be paying.
what she said was.
That's
it
that's
was
insane.
Well,
Taken out
here's-
for credit.
here's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's absurd.
But it's gonna
It's letter for
continue.
everybody.
Mike-
No, I
No, I don't
get
need
it.
a
Yeah.
letter, I
understand,
just need the bills.
Leak or a faulty,
Yeah,
or faulty meter. So
That
they
is
need
just-
to
that
look
is-
into those too. No, but it's gonna continue. If there's a bad meter or there's a leak, it's gonna continue.
The leak is not.
So, no,
it's probably
there,
from the service
there
line to
could
the
be,
meter.
and I'm not saying that there is, but there could be a leak or a faulty meter. So that's the first things that they have to check.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
And they want another.
yeah,
Words in it that I can't.
I mean, I'll be up to $6,000.
yeah,
And the year's not even up yet, and we still got another 2 more months.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, why, so that's my question. Why can't we pay town just like we did with the garbage?
We can't take
the-
Can't take
over.
over a switch.
We can't take it over.
Can't take over a private.
But they shouldn't be that.
No, I know
Right,
it shouldn't.
all right, you made
Thank you,
copies?
Kevin.
And you left a copy inside? Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
I mean, it was.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
I mean, I trust you with it.
Okay.
No, no,
I
but
got
we,
it. We'll
wait,
work.
Marie, we took a copy,
I know you
and
did.
then
And I
Mike
know
has,
you're trying.
no, no, we'll get to
I'm
the,
not coming in here screaming.
no,
No,
we'll get to the,
we'll
we'll
call.
figure it out.
You know.
Because it's not just you, it obviously must be other neighbors as well.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
They were like, are you kidding? I mean, one guy says, I couldn't understand why my bill went up $300.
Okay,
Yeah, and you're talking thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
I told you last year it was
No, I remember,
49,000 and then
I remember.
Well,
45,000.
I didn't remember that, but that was
That was
a total mistake. Yeah.
insane thing.
All right, thank you. We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
And so, sorry you're going through this.
Mary Ann Shaluzian. Back in 2024, I sent an email to the highway superintendent thinking that was the right thing to do about Guymer Drive. So I know you're familiar with Guymer Drive. Frank is, I don't know if you guys are.
Yeah.
So it's very windy, but it's an outlet. So like the Oaks are private, you know, they don't have a road. So way across, Archer, Greenway Terrace, everybody uses it. On the bottom used to be Parker Guymer. It's no longer Parker Guymer, it just says Parker. The issue is, when you're coming down Guymer, it gets narrow. It's a two-way street. So now we have people that are walking with baby carriages on the bikes, and it's very dangerous. I almost got hit. A couple of years ago, somebody actually went into my neighbor's lawn to avoid somebody. So they don't know that it's a two-way. So I had asked for a line, so people would know when you're coming around.
The microphone so we
Oh,
can hear you.
sorry.
So
When you're
people can
coming
hear you.
around, I'm sorry. When you're coming around, there's gonna be other cars. So now we have people that are parking on the road, which is even worse. Because now they're coming around, I know this isn't your issue, it's a police issue, it's a speed. It's totally speed. I actually told somebody to slow down, not knowing he was a volunteer fire, but there was somebody, you know, with the baby carriage, I was afraid she was gonna get hit. So unfortunately, at the time, Mr. Stern just was new on the job. So he said, Marion, I'll come out and we'll check it. So I sent another letter this year. And his secretary, I forgot her name, wrote me a letter, said, no, that has to, he didn't know, but that has to go to the supervisor. So I think it came to you, Mike, and somehow, I guess there was an error. The attachment came to me saying, you know, let's go see what's happening with Guymer Drive. But here we are the fall again, and no one is coming out to see the road. So
we
I
had
don't
the,
know if the road is wide enough, you
Yeah,
know,
we
what I'm
did a study.
saying, for a line, or maybe right where that area is, like when you could see it, when it comes narrow. Maybe there they can put something. I'm not saying the whole road, but give some attention that it's a two-way street.
there's crossing a little stream there, isn't it, where it gets narrow?
Yes, 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 so that's disgusting. The lady's not taking care of it. I did call the Board of Health, but unfortunately, because it's a pond, there's nothing they can do, but it's total green. She's not taking care of it.
So we did ask the police department to do a study of the speed out there, and the board was all, I think everyone got a copy of it.
Yeah, I actually have it right here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so there was 2,926 vehicles analyzed. The speed limit is 30 miles per hour. The average speed was 27 miles per hour. And there was total enforceable violations were 3, and the enforcement rating was low. So that was the report that was done by the Carmel Police Department pertaining to Guymer Drive. Because I think there was an email sent to our town highway supervisor
Right.
with you just explained.
Right.
And there are certain DOT regulations that warrant him to be able to put yellow lines on a road. And in coordination with our chief of police, they put out the radar, correct?
I never saw it.
Yeah, so, well, I'm just
That
explaining,
light
yep,
thing, I never saw it on.
yep. So with that study that was performed, I believe it came back that it didn't warrant a yellow line, is that correct?
yeah.
Okay, so what happens when, now with the kids going back to school, and again, it's not your problem with the speeding, what happens when we come around? Nobody knows it's a two-way, it's bad. I mean, have any of you come out to look at it?
I've been on that road growing up. I've been on that road several times. It does definitely get narrow. I'm sure
It's
that
very narrow, so.
it does. It
so
does.
You're going around, and right by where the deputy's house was, the one that passed away, Jeannie's house, it's terrible. Because you're coming around, this car's coming around, nobody knows that there's another car coming around, and then if there's people walking, you're dead.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, okay, maybe it doesn't warrant a yellow line, maybe?
A sign maybe that just says like,
Something
yeah.
like maybe two-way traffic.
Yeah, maybe a sign, informant,
two-way
yeah.
traffic. Or even if they did it, like, because Parker leads into Guymer, and then it comes wider.
Yeah, maybe a sign just to notify drivers and pedestrians too, so they're aware that there is two-way traffic. That seems like an
It's a
easy.
Maybe you
very
speak to
busy
Mike and
road.
ask him.
Yeah,
Mr.
I can speak to Mike, and that seems like a very easy solution. I don't see why that would
Also,
be a
the
problem.
speeding, Marianne, obviously, we've had other people come here and say, certain people are speeding on my road, and we have done studies, and we always get, the facts are the facts. It says that people are speeding certain times of the day. You only get 3 people, right, that said they were, over the speed limit. I get it. On my road, I think people are speeding every day, too. They might be going the speed limit, and I'm thinking they're going fast.
Guymer
I do, yeah.
It's a very windy.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So when you're coming around, you're picking up.
It's
more
dangerous.
speed.
Yeah, it's
No,
dangerous.
you're picking up more speed.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Okay,
Yeah.
so an oil truck actually went into my
Yeah.
wall and knocked it down.
Yeah.
And thank God we had the wall, because it would end up at my neighbor's house.
Yeah, we have a very similar problem here on McAlpin. If you're coming down from Lakeview.
And Lakeview Drive.
The historical.
Where we live, right here.
The Historical Society, you'll see a lot of times people actually will go left instead of right, and there was almost a head-on collision today with the buses going back to school. So,
And that's another thing, the
yeah.
buses come pretty fast. They really
yeah, so
do.
I know that our chief of police and the highway superintendent work very well together, and they were out there and they were assessing the situation. But to what you had said, I think that maybe a sign would go a long way. So
Think, yeah.
Just something
the supervisor
people are
or one of
aware
us can speak to him. Yeah.
Because there's bushes
Maybe
too.
a two-line.
So you're hidden between the bushes. They're coming out onto the road.
Yeah.
When you're coming down, you have a big bush here and one here. So I know the road, But people that are using it for an outlet, it's a very busy road.
Yeah.
They don't know that. And then you have the new people.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Come up from the city.
That's what it is, too.
They think,
Yeah.
no, they think it's okay to.
Of course.
Wheel the carriage, and it's not.
Yeah,
We
people
don't
that aren't
want-
familiar with the road.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
We don't want anybody getting hurt.
Yeah, I think a sign would go a long way. It's just, it's a start at least, and we can see what
Even-
happens.
Even, if there was a line maybe just right there or something to show that there's gonna be another car on the other, people are in the middle of the road, and then if you have somebody that's parking the cars outside, okay?
It makes
but
it
they-
worse.
They're on the
Yeah.
left side, and so what do we do? When it's a two-lane and it's a busy outlet? So, maybe a sign, like you said. I don't know, Frank, you know my road pretty well, and it's pretty. Mike, you know my road pretty well.
Very well.
And I know it's speeding.
Yes.
I know they're
Traffic,
speeding.
two-way
I'm-
traffic.
I'm out there a lot,
Did the studies.
so.
No, I'm not saying that it wasn't speed. I'm just saying the data that we collected, the average speed was 27 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
well,
Children,
it could be the time of day, you know.
That was out there, I think that was out there 24 hours, correct?
I never saw it.
It was over a week, so it was collected for a week straight, so, yeah, so the average speed was 27 miles an
One
hour.
of those things that say, thank you for your speed, or whatever, that's on Walmart Place.
Yes, Marianne, yes, yes.
No, it's
So-
not.
No, Mike, it wasn't
Oh, it's the
that.
small black
Because I
one?
never saw it.
No, you wouldn't see
Oh,
it.
it's the,
No,
oh,
you're
it's the
saying
small
that-
black
I
one.
thought it was like one that you have on Walmart.
He said you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not
yeah, not the
supposed to see
flashing,
it.
not the very.
So we're getting
Oh,
real
that's what I
results.
thought, the one that says thank
So
you,
the
or
one,
tells you your speed.
believe it or
Okay,
not,
that's what I
Marianne,
thought.
the one on Baldwin, you know, people say it's a speedway, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten several complaints. We did the study.
I
and
see it.
We
I
did the
always get a
study,
thank you.
and we did the study, and we only got, I think, 4 or 5 cars
You know.
out of thousands that went, you know, 15, 20 miles
you
over
know
the
there's
speed
a lot
limit.
of accidents on that.
Yeah, but you know what? I made sure, we enforced that, and it
So,
showed.
I guess it's the time of day or whatever.
Of course, yeah, you definitely
but,
see it, it's just-
You know, all I'm saying is, if it doesn't, you know, make the limit or whatever for the yellow line, maybe a white, like, dotted line or something, just in that
I think we
area.
could start with the sign.
Start with the sign.
Start with the
Let's get a sign
sign.
up there.
Start with
Yeah,
the
maybe if
sign.
you get a sign.
Yeah,
that's
start with the
quick.
sign.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if I contact you or Mike from the highway
we'll
about
take-
if we
Yeah.
can put Geimer back. We don't have Geimer anymore.
Because
So
they've
it's
been
coming
stealing
off the-
signs.
People,
He's
yeah,
been stealing signs.
we had
No,
a,
we haven't had it for years.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
We haven't, it's down
They
like
probably
3,
don't
4
know
years.
it's missing
It
then.
used to say park and.
I will, yeah, I will talk to Mike tomorrow morning about the Geimer sign and a sign that just alerts pedestrians
Narrow
and,
bridge,
both
kids
ways.
playing, people walking, something along
Yeah,
those,
something
two-way,
two-way.
something like that, yeah.
You know, maybe something, just so that when they come around that curve, you're on top of the other car, because you don't know,
Yeah.
because it narrows so much. And if you're not familiar with the road, you're using it for an outlet, and my road is very, very busy. But thank you guys for listening.
no, thank you for
of
coming.
course.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, good afternoon. My name's Joe Angelcheck. I'm new to Mahopac. I'm here,
Welcome.
Welcome, Joe.
Welcome.
thank you. I'm here with my family. It's less than 3 years now. I just want to put out that I'm a retired man of service. I did 34 years as a senior court officer. And I'm only putting that out there because I just want to, if I did 34 years at the courts, obviously I'm not like a hysterical, easy, frazzled person. I've been through a lot. And my purpose here today is because I have grave concern with vehicle traffic safety on Route 6. I was nearly killed with my family last week on August 29th, about 1:15 p.m., making a left turn, going east on Route 6. To a green light, somebody decided that they didn't want to wait in traffic in their appropriate lane and jumped the yellow line, the double yellow line. And I almost had a head-on collision. The only reason I put on the brakes, I never saw them coming, was because my wife sitting next to me was screaming. And it was just my instinct to hit the brake. And then the car missed me by inches, blew the red light, made an illegal left turn. This has been my 4th experience with people within the last year, thinking it's okay to not wait in traffic and jump that double yellow line. And my runs are usually between like you know, where Bobo's is, and the CVS, near, was that Lakeside, I think it's called, right? Those are my usual runs. And this happened like 1:15 in the afternoon. So it's not like someone drunk in the middle of the night or whatever. This was a conscious decision
Which light was it?
near Miller Place and Route 6.
By the
Or by the diner. Yeah.
And, you know, it's a single lane there, and, man, it couldn't have got any closer. I had my daughter in the back seat. And like I said, I've seen a lot, I've been to a lot of things. I'm not someone who's easily hysterical, whatever. I did my service in uniform for 34 years. But this is absolutely unacceptable. And I'm hoping that the town could get together and do a crackdown on these violators. And my wife, driving separately, told me she's had that experience too on 2 separate occasions where they jumped that double yellow line. For me, it's been 4. And this is all within like a year's time. So
Can I ask you, did you report these incidents to the police department?
No, well, with the last one, I had my heart in my throat for like 3 days. But I did go, I did come and I was told to come to this meeting.
Oh,
Okay,
And
wait, and I
express
don't mind
that
you,
this
I don't mind
means-
you coming to the meeting at all. Who told you to come here?
There was somebody who worked for the sheriff's department, actually.
Okay,
at the
so,
sheriff's department.
but had you reported these incidents to the police department?
No, I
because-
haven't.
Okay,
But
because they keep stats as to these things and where they should be patrolling more and, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, hopefully there won't be a future, and if it does happen in the future, you know, I didn't get a license plate. He just
Yes.
was,
No, no,
he
I-
just was
yeah. We
passed.
can't identify the driver. Right. So just so I know, when I tell the chief, you're going from Bobo's towards town.
Was it done?
Well, this is my usual,
No, but,
But where
so
the
you're at
incidents
you're at the
happened.
light where
making a
Mavis
left
Tire
turn.
is,
I was by Miller Place.
so Mavis Tire is
Mavis and
down,
the diner.
is down and the diner's on your right?
You're coming off of Miller?
I was, no, I don't know what that side of the streets, because Miller Street, you have to make a right turn. I was making a left.
4 times a week.
I was on the other side of the intersection, making a left turn to go
To go down Miller?
east.
Coming out of Society
They
Hill?
have a
No,
bunch of,
going,
they have a
yeah,
bunch of
going,
locations.
correct, yeah.
That's what-
Going,
I go to Lombardi.
trying to make a left turn to go east on 6.
Coming out of the condos?
Yeah,
Ah, okay,
correct.
Oh, okay.
And I had the green light.
Saying that
yes.
And like I said, I never saw him coming
dad
because
to
I got
his 2 sons.
the traffic on my left stopped for the red light.
Yeah.
They all stopped, so I never saw him coming.
So you were making a left
As
and
I'm
they
making the
came
left.
this way? And they came, all right.
So he's not in the turn lane, he's,
He's going straight down, going west.
Probably went through like the
But
yellow.
he was
red
trying to,
light.
because
Yeah,
maybe, you know, the light just turned,
yeah.
and he thought that he was in the clear. He
Right.
didn't want to wait in traffic.
all right.
We-
Well,
His green.
we'll ask the police
We
to
can
watch
ask-
that
Jumped
light.
out. He just jumped out from the double.
Yeah, we
across
can
double
ask
yellow
the
line.
chief to
To have somebody monitor that
have
light.
somebody monitor that area, yes.
And like my other situations were further up, you know, 6, like more towards the gas stations and everything. Like I said, this is the 4th time I've seen a car coming at me while driving. And I said,
All right,
"That's
so
enough."
you're-
I said, this is enough. I gotta, you know, I gotta express.
So you're saying it's not specific to any intersection, you're just saying people going in the
On
other
Route
lane
6.
at lights
Yeah, they
to
don't
beat
wanna
the
wait in
light?
traffic.
Okay,
They want to beat, I've seen them want to beat the traffic in their lane. They'll
Yeah.
jump the double yellow line
yep,
to speed up, to beat the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're coming up, they want to beat the traffic and cut off right in front of you and beat the traffic in their lane.
yep.
So we'll
I've
ask
seen that 3 other
because he's saying
times.
that it's happening in the afternoon. So we'll
Yeah.
just ask the chief of police
Yeah.
to monitor that area
Yeah.
during the
Well,
day.
have them look for that.
Yeah, I
Yes.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
just-
Sure.
It had to be said, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's very
Thank you
dangerous.
for coming.
It's very
Yeah.
dangerous. Because I saw a woman crushed
Oh,
by a 10-wheeler truck that she did that, and she actually lived, which I didn't think she would, but,
Yeah,
I'm driving 47 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just,
I lived in the boroughs, I lived in Peekskill for 15 years, and then up to Mahopac. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything
Yeah.
like what I see in Route 6. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
and should it happen again, obviously wait until you're home, but just call the police department just to let them know so they can keep record of it, and that may help them identify exactly kind of which area to go to, but we'll ask them for that stretch.
All right, thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you
yeah,
for listening.
thank you
Yeah.
for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Welcome to town, Joe.
Anybody else?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jean.
Hi, happy summer over. Hope you all had a good summer. Jean Hopper, resident for 34 years, candidate for Carmel Town Supervisor. I wanted to, first of all, thank Rob for having your open house, whatever you want to call it, last month. I missed it. Keep us notified about when you're having it next. Also, a shout out to Brett Yaris, who got involved in some of that trash on Fair Street. He's correct, it's not a sustainable solution, but perhaps, you know, I don't know, make it an easier enforceable code for the town when people have trash like that for over 6 weeks. It's unfortunate that those neighbors had to look at it. I did want to bring up 388 Route 6. I was here, about a year and a half ago, and when it first came to light, right, it was a contentious campaign for highway supervisor, and we noticed that 388 was contested property, had some contamination from years ago. I met with Kevin Byrne, and there was some movement, there was some paperwork, there was some correspondence between some folks, but I would like to know the status of it right now. And what concerns me is, and it's not a gotcha moment, I've already been here before when I wasn't running, so just, you know, want to make that clear. The liability. Okay, the health and safety of our residents. So the contamination, I'd love to know what the levels of that are right now. It's been decades, so it's probably dwindling down, but that's already in the water, and that's unfortunate because water is water, mixes up with other water, and that contamination is there. Also safety, I mentioned liability, and my big concern is there insurance on that property? There is a person who is operating a business out of that property, and is it a municipal insurance? Does the county hold insurance? Do we hold insurance? Whether it's the county or the town, if there's any kind of lawsuit, any kind of injury, any kind of problem, we're on the hook, the taxpayers, right?
No,
No, we're
it's not our property. We're not on the hook for any of it.
Whose property
Neither
is
is the
it?
county. It's,
Okay, but the county would be on the hook for it, and that's also our tax dollars. I
they're,
know that.
they're on the hook for the tax dollars, but it's not county property, it's not town property. So it's
Is it
abandoned
insured?
property at the
Is it
moment.
insured property where someone's running a business? Is there an insurance policy?
It's not, we're not in charge of insurance, but it's not town, it's not county. It's pretty much in limbo. The estate has not claimed the property and not paid the taxes.
Right, no, for 20 years, right, for over 20 years, what are we, over $600,000 on that property? You know, just want to put this to rest because it's been going on for a couple of years that I've been aware of
Yes, so the
it.
county's been making us whole on that this whole time. It's,
They owe the county
yeah,
tax.
they owe the county the money. The county's made our taxpayers and our
Right.
school district whole this whole time.
I understand that. I guess my concern is there's a business operating out of that property that, as you say, is in limbo. Okay, we're not really sure
Right,
who's
so
owning
we
it.
made sure that the property was cleaned up. We took the occupant to court.
Right.
We cannot evict them because it's not our property. So we've done everything that the town possibly can do. Now it's up to DEC, which we're supposed to meet with them, actually have a phone conversation. I don't know what they're going to say, but tomorrow we're supposed to have a phone conversation
Okay.
with DEC about the status of that property, because Kevin Byrne, our county executive, at our behest, reached out to them to say, is there anything you can do? Because the town has no power other
Right.
than to make sure it's safe, which is what we did, and we had it
Right, you
cleaned
had the
up.
inspectors go over there in the
Yeah.
building,
We-
and the fire
we
marshal.
did everything that we can do, but there is no liability for us, there is no insurance problem, and whether somebody has a business there or not, if they're storing
In
things
case of
on
a
there, we
fire
can't
or
evict them.
injury.
So we all agree with you, right? We're in this peculiar situation where we have no recourse. It really falls on the county.
Right.
Myself and Mike, actually, we've had conversations with County Executive Kevin Byrne. He had reached out to the DEC and asked for some sort of assistance in the remediation of that property, because as of right now, that seems to be the biggest burden and reason why the county won't move on that property. It's
They don't wanna get
because
stuck
of
with
the cost
the
of
cost
doing.
of
Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
Right.
I'm not,
No, I
but unfortunately, it's out of our hands. That's not something that we could jump on, right? We
Right.
can advocate for change and we can advocate for them to move on it, but there's only so much that we can do. And everyone on this board, again, has been in constant contact with the county to help push that along.
I
So
think we've done what we can as well.
we're moving,
Yeah,
and
with our
it's not
policy.
happening as fast as we would like it, but we are
Right.
trending towards the right direction.
Okay, then I have a question regarding eminent domain on the county's part. Now, I know it's not our property, but what would that entail?
That's a question for the county.
It's not an eminent domain issue, but they're
It's a
actually owed. back
Yeah, it's taxes.
And
It'd
they're
be a
not going to want to
foreclosure.
take it over.
They could just foreclose on it and take it.
Then they're also,
They've chosen not to.
yeah, they're also going to have to clean it up, you know, Gene? And that's not something that they're going to want to do. Yeah.
Why?
All right, well, I'm just wondering, because there's a business operating out of that building, and I'm just concerned that if something should happen to people that are there.
I think
No, we get it.
Well, there is no electric there.
We get it.
There's no electric there, so.
Is there
at least
sewer
there's-
and water?
No, there's nothing. It's just a
A shell.
shell.
Things being stored.
All right, well, thanks very much for the update.
Thank you for coming.
Hello. We have a situation in the town. You people are gonna have to spin it out.
I'm sorry?
Problem on Cazzari Court with, Mike across the street to repave the street. And they went over the existing rubble. I live in a cul-de-sac. He put a catch base, but then he told them they're gonna remove the existing. They never did. He went 5 inches above the existing. Some places a foot. He could read the swelling on the side, and they put curbs. That's wrong. Now the water has gone down my driveway, my property. We have septic tanks in the backyard. We have well water. There's several houses on our street that the septic tank is underwater. What it's gonna do? We're gonna have contaminated water.
All right, so we'll ask the highway
So-
superintendent the question, but it's not, the board is not, we don't pave the roads, we don't do the curbing.
But you order the board, you're supposed to control him. He's supposed to have a plan before he does a job. He cannot do what he's doing because he's wrong.
Have you spoken to Mike?
Now it's gonna end up with a lawsuit.
Have you spoken to Mike?
Yes, I did.
He's pretty
He
responsive.
walks away.
Excuse me?
He walks away. He said that nothing's wrong. If you couple your guys who wanna come over and look at it, or hire an engineer or an architect who's got experience, like I do.
What road, I'm sorry, I missed the road.
Cassie Court.
Cassie Court.
What number?
23. It's a cul-de-sac. You can't
I know
go
where
over.
it is.
You cannot go over the existing at the race.
And
You're
you,
gonna have to remove the rubble, the existing. Because we have driveways.
and you reached out to Mr. Stern about this matter?
And yes, I did. He put the catch base, but he's supposed to expand it. The way it is now, if it's gonna scrape, it's gonna cost the town a lot of money to do it. My suggestion is, talk to him, send an engineer over, and design more catch base. The way I count, you need a 4 more catch base the way it is now. And this is more money to the taxpayers.
Could you give the clerk your name so she could write it down?
Pardon me?
Could you repeat your name for the clerk, please?
Joseph Pezzo. You have it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's make them out, and you remember me all this.
Oh,
all
I
these
remember you. I
years.
just wanted the clerk to get it.
So what do people want to do?
We'll talk to Mike personally and get down to the bottom of it. If we have to go out there with him and make sure it's fixed properly, then we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it to. I'm gonna speak to Mike about the other issue.
About the other issue.
No, I
With
would
this sign.
suggest, with my experience, hire an architect or an engineer before he does anything.
Well, we have.
He doesn't have that much experience. I'm sorry to say that, he does not.
Okay.
I've been in this business over 60 years, and I know what's going on.
I will speak with the highway superintendent tomorrow, and I'm sure he will reach out to you. If he needs to coordinate with our town engineer, he can coordinate with the town engineer. But I will make sure that I inform him of what's going on.
This town engineer don't have experience, he told me.
Huh?
The engineer upstairs, he told me it's not that kind of engineer. Hire somebody else.
So again, I'll bring this matter to his attention, and then I'm sure he will reach out, or the supervisor could reach out and give you an update.
All right, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. You hear me?
Yep, so say Michael Grazier.
Michael Gracer, Mahopac resident, lifetime. I got the privilege to go to the New York Forward DRI meeting that was held at the Parks Department. As I walked around the park, there is a building that we could literally drop a cop car through the roof and it would land inside of it, down at the lake. I've been at multiple parks, Jimmy McDonough, Airport Park. They're below our standard here in town by many means. 33 McLaughlin Avenue, what's this road here? Right out-
McAlpin.
McAlpin. We submitted a project there for a storage facility through the DRI New York Forward with G&G as our representative.
Yes, for our records, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to ask for $1.25 million for a storage facility. Didn't we just purchase something for $1.2 million?
No, but this is for a climate control to keep the government records, that they don't
On
get
that lot?
moldy and stuff, yeah.
That used to be the parking lot for the Historical Society, correct?
It used to be the Grange Hall, actually, before, when you were, like,
But the
took it down,
Historical...
like, 10 years ago.
Is that open? The
Which-
Historical Society still?
Yeah, so
Is it
the roof
open?
is done,
Yeah.
we're waiting, we have prices now for
This
doing
is-
that pointing to fix the chimney,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the last leak that has to get done.
How long has the Historical Society been closed?
Closed?
2 years, year and a half?
No, it's not open to the public, correct? We can't go in that.
Because of the leak in the mold, yes, but otherwise, it does
So we didn't
get
put a
open.
roof on it,
We got
so-
the roof. We just have to finish the chimney.
but it leaked 2 years ago.
No, it leaked for
It leaked through.
a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you start seeing the trend here that we're not maintaining what Mahopac's all about, right? We're letting Sycamore Park deteriorate, right? Over my lifetime, it has fallen apart. Historical Society, we can't even go and see our historical artifacts because there's mold in a building for 2 years. Okay. Airport Park, right? That gym needs, the playground sat in the parking lot for 5 years, right? It's been open for a year now. We had a ramp put in that's not ADA compliant, right? Stamped concrete can't be ADA compliant. And getting to the Airport Park building, grade change is 11.5 to 12 feet. So to make that ADA compliant, there's going to have to be 9 switchbacks from the playground to the building. What my reasoning for here is I think the board's losing the vision of what Mahopac's about. Preserving our history, taking care of our parks, taking care of our children. And this submittal for DRI, New York Forward, is really terrible. A parking structure at Swan Cove. We asked for a parking structure. Where are we going to put a parking structure? In front of the lake? Is that where it's going to go?
I think it was just
If-
a parking lot. I don't think
No,
there's
it says parking structure, 100 cars.
I would not vote for a parking
neither would I.
structure. I put a kibosh on that
We're
many,
ask-
many years ago.
We submitted grants for this.
Yeah.
$15.5 million worth of grants. This is what we put
We
in.
did a parking structure at Swan Grove, no.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, please do, because I've never
Yeah.
seen
Yeah,
that.
he's
Well, this
saying-
was,
No, I've never
This-
seen that. Please send
this
that.
is what everyone says, project sponsor, Town of Carmel. So what members submitted this?
I've never seen that, and I would love to.
I think.
Me
I think
personally,
it's
Mike,
simple.
I'm saying I've never seen
The
that.
grant
I would love to.
writer.
Is this for the New York Forward and DRI grant?
Yes.
So last year, that was public input. Everyone in the public participated in the form. They filled out applications. Our grant writer, Jay from G&G, he put together a portfolio that submitted on behalf
He
of the
made it
public.
look good. Like this is,
Well, a lot of those projects were submitted from the public. Those are people that.
there's private submittals in here.
Of course, there's
Yeah.
tons of private submittals.
But Michael, to your point, I would love to see what he got that said to put
Me
a
too.
parking structure on there.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody on this board
Because-
is in favor of.
We know
parking
there's going to be a
structure.
parking lot,
Yeah, so
not a
I-
structure.
And I want to shrink the parking lot.
But a parking lot is different than a parking structure,
But the
so-
way all those submittals went is they went forward with the grant, but like the Cat Hotel that was in there and the other ones, it would be up to the board to
Our
decide
discretion, correct.
which ones we were going to go forward with. It wasn't all of those don't get it. They were just
So
what
our,
the people
our
submitted.
scope of work is super vague when we're asking for grants here. That's the problem.
No, the New York Forward wasn't vague. The presentation.
A parking structure to a parking lot is
It's huge.
is a
It's a
vague
huge
area.
difference.
That's a big
Yeah,
difference.
that wasn't,
Yeah.
that, I don't know what part that you're looking at, but the actual video and the presentation didn't have that in it. So we made it now again to the finals. So whatever
And if we're
you
getting
think
that,
is vague.
if we're getting that opportunity, and we have a historical society that's falling apart, and we have Sycamore Park, which is falling apart, we have Jimmy
Well, they already
McDonough.
got a grant before I got here for the Historical Society. They got a $7,000 grant for someone to do a study to tell us all the problems and conditions.
It's a historical
And-
building. It doesn't matter. We should just be fixing it. Without that,
Well, they had us- they-
let's think about that. There was an officer shot in that. Being a fellow officer, we know the history here.
Yeah.
There was probably the only Carmel PD officer was shot in that building.
Well, the two shootings were both there, exactly.
And we can't even open the doors. We can't even open the doors. My children can't go to the Historical Society and learn about a town that I grew up in because we've let it become moldy.
Well, we're fixing the leak, and we're going to have the mold remediated, and then it'll be open again.
2 years.
Yeah.
5 years for a playground, 10 years at Swan Cove. I'm gonna be bald like you by the time all this stuff's done.
You're not going to go bald.
Well, hopefully
You'll
not.
be gray, but
I
you-
remember Mike with his hair, but it's
19.
Mike,
When did we do Cronco? 19?
We agree,
I'm
Mike.
with you 100%.
This
Mike, we agree. We are with you, and it's
What my
harder to
prob-
get these things done that you're talking about than people actually think. I thought it was, quite honest, to be honest with you, it was a little easier said than done, and it's a lot harder than you think. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's tons of grants that we did apply for, bricks being one of them, and that's to put the rec center at Sycamore Park and get Sycamore Park up and running. We just applied for those, correct? And we could get up to $10 to $15 million for that, so hopefully that's something we can get. But I hear your frustration, and I totally get where you're coming from. It's just not as easy as it looks.
And we understand.
And I got to be honest with you, I hear you, but
And
it's
we
not as easy as
understand
it
the conditions of the park, hence why we just hired a building and ground supervisor.
We've,
looks. We weren't part of that. I
we,
mean, that's-
we hired a foreman. We haven't hired one person that's gonna put on a tool belt out of 3 hires in the Parks Department.
The individual that we just hired
Is going to
is
put
going
on
to
more
be
than a
that
tool
person.
belt.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he will run that department. He's going to reshape that department, and we're going to
For
give him
sure.
the resources to get the parks to the status that
That's
you
why we hired him.
or that you want them, that we all want them. We agree with you. The parks have been they've been lagging. Everyone on this board is in unison. We might not agree on everything, but we all agree that the parks need
Correct.
help. And it starts with the individual that we just hired, and now it starts with
Yeah,
this
he's
year.
got the expertise. to
He's got
do-
the expertise to do everything.
do everything.
And that's what we have to build a team, and he's going to be the foundation of that team to help Nina.
And
But-
he's a working person.
When we're asking for $1.2 million to build a storage unit, when we just bought a building in town for $1.2 million, I think we could just move the files to the district building. The superintendent wasn't getting leaked on when she was in there 2 years ago. Is that another building we bought that's deteriorating that we're gonna have to rehab? Like, is this or
trend.
are we gonna say, abandon this building, let's put the police station over there and put the criminals on the lake now instead of the townspeople? Like, the vision here is so terrible, really, that, we have temporary heating and ventilation system because we didn't know the roof was bad here?
That's not what happened.
No, that's,
That's not what happened.
So we had units placed on the,
That's not what happened. So if you want to know what happened, we ordered brand new units. We received defective units from Carrier. The variable speed drives that were provided to the town of Carmel were not working properly. That's why we had temporary
coolant leaked
ventilation.
out.
And the coolant leaked out. It was nothing to do with the roof, had nothing to do with the town of Carmel. We paid a contractor who
a contractor we don't use, actually.
Well, it goes to lowest bid. It went out to the bid process, and he was the lowest bidder, and that's how it works.
Sometimes
And-
staying with a, loyal contractor, pays off when
pays
you're
off.
buying products like that.
Fortunately,
It's
we
not
have-
how it works,
Unfortunately,
though.
we are stuck. We have to go with the lowest bidder.
It's not how it works.
We can't do that.
Well,
And
General
Ne-
municipal law.
We wish it
the
did.
lowest responsible bidder.
How is that right when we did it with Jimmy McDonough Park with the shoring towers? Because we were paying 20% there. Whatever their markup was it any different for the air conditioners?
Say that
Right.
one more time.
You stopped the shoring for, 3 weeks at Jimmy McDonough?
100%. So
That
you,
went out
so
to a bid.
so you're okay with us overpaying for a change order for 20% when the industry
For
standard,
for 500
well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much it was because
For
it sets a precedence,
$560,
right?
let's fix our park.
Hold on. It does matter because it sets a precedence, right? So we approve it now for a small amount, and then they hit us with a change order 2 months from now for a larger amount with 20%. It adds up. So yes, that's why we
We've
stopped
been
it.
dealing with that 20% for the last 2 years there.
What 20% for the last 2 years?
You went from 20% to 15% over $580.
For 2 years? What are you talking about? That came in front of us a month ago.
Okay.
It did. When did that change order come in front of us?
All summer, we've been dealing
Yeah,
with
you
that
said
change
2
order.
years. That's not 2 years.
And
That was
how long
last
is that?
month.
How long has that firm been doing Jimmy McDonough?
I have no idea. A couple months, right?
Yeah, they got the ARPA
Yeah.
fund.
It was ARPA fund. Yeah, it was used for
Yeah.
ARPA fund. It wasn't 2 years. So I don't know where this information's coming from, but it's not true.
Have we got the shoring towers in yet?
We just approved it tonight.
It's approved tonight.
Because again, they went down to 15%. Because again, all of us up here have to be a steward of taxpayer dollars, correct? So if we approve 20% overhead and profit, that sets the precedence for the rest of the project. So now, a month from now, when they hit us with a $200,000 change order, and I'm just throwing that number out, that 20% adds up. So yes, I stopped it from 20 to 15 because that's what I thought was right for the town of Carmel.
I just think the vision has gotten very skewed from the town board preserving the town of Carmel. It really has, you know, the parks are deteriorating. The town, Swan Cove is 10 years, right? We still have a pump in there that someone's got to go and flip the
Agreed.
switch and turn out the,
I don't think it's.
I agree.
it's 10 years,
Yeah,
15.
it's been
Mike, I
way too
agree.
long. I'm getting, yeah, Micah, I'm getting to a point where
Yeah.
I just want to, because now the state, again, put like a kibosh on our things. So I'm getting to the point right now where I just want to put in a bigger sump pump. We all know when it's going to rain, it's going to flood. Make it nice, put out the pier, put out the things, and let's just do the lines on the thing, and let's just use it, because it's going to be another 10 years if we have to wait for the state to give us the approval
Well-
to do with it. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Today, our supervisor met with the state, and they went and they toured Swan Cove. Everyone understands the frustration. Everyone on this board is working. They're doing their due diligence to move forward. We are ready to go out to bid. Unfortunately, New York State handcuffed us and deemed it a wetland, right? Because of an invasive species called Aphromydes. It's not even native to New York State. We're ready to go out to bid. We've asked for exemptions. Our supervisor today met with the state to push forward
with the
the governor's office so we
Yep.
can get an exemption, so we can go out to bid, because we do want to move these things forward. We understand what your frustration. We all live here. We get it. There's been a stalemate. That's why all of us do what we do. We all don't agree all the time, but we all agree on this matter. We want to push Swan Cove forward. We want to push all these other projects forward. But unfortunately, like Councilman Lugo said earlier, myself included, when I was running, I was very critical of the current board members up here for taking forever to get jobs forward. But there's a lot of red tape that a lot of civilians don't understand. It takes a lot longer for things to get done in the government sector. And I wish it was like
It's
that. I
sad.
wish it was very easy, but
Wish it
it's
was
not
easier.
that matter. It's not that, that's not how it works. I'm not saying I'm not using that as an excuse, because it needs to get done.
No,
But we agree with
it's
what
the
you're
truth.
saying, right?
The
We are
efficiency is years behind, years.
I
Right?
understand.
We have-
5 years for a playground.
Years beyond us as well, though.
Is crazy. And then we put a concrete slab in that's not ADA up compliant. Like, it's just,
Well, that's
that's
off of
just
my hands.
throwing,
I wasn't
there for
throwing
that, so-
money out there.
Again, Mike, I can't speak on the
Yeah, we can't
boards in the
speak on
past, but
boards
this
previous
board
to
right
when we
here
got
is
on.
working
This is-
together
yeah.
to move forward.
It was just a grand opening, guys. You guys
It's-
were down there celebrating.
Well, it was a
just
grand opening 3 years later.
Like,
I-
that's my problem,
Mike,
right?
I hear you.
That
But thank you very much
Yeah.
for bringing up these are important topics, and I do appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, so, anybody have comments?
Oh, yeah. Does anyone else have anything else?
Yeah, actually, we had the Pizza and Brew event. It was absolutely amazing. We had over 225 people show up. 2 pizzerias were announced, Best Slice. It was super fun. Shout out to the Lake Mahopac Rotary Club. The Dads Group helped set up. It was superb. I'm super happy to be part of it. And then also, we have, let's see, the 6th Annual Prayer Walk, hosted by Mary Ann Chaluzian. That is on Sunday, September 14th. I believe it starts at 12:30, and the walk will be beginning at 1:15, and it is at Camarda Park. That's up in the hamlet. So hopefully we could see you guys there.
That's it.
I'm just going to do the e-waste.
So-
It's important.
I have an announcement for the residents of Carmel Water District 2. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been following closely. We went out and we hired Delaware Engineering to do a desktop analysis of Carmel Water District 2. They will be here next week at our town board meeting to present their findings. So if you have any interest in Carmel Water District 2, I strongly advise that you attend that meeting to listen to what they have to say. I think everyone is going to be very pleasantly surprised and excited to hear what they had discovered. And the other thing I have is that I am doing my second fishing clinic this Saturday from 8 to 12 at Veterans Memorial Park. I am partnering with Putnam County to roll out the iFish Putnam, and in coordination with the Oasis Club and the Putnam County Federations Club. The first 50 anglers that registered with us will receive a free tackle box, fishing pole, and anglers who didn't get a chance to sign up are more than welcome to attend. It should be a great time. We're going to have a dog presentation from both Carmel and Kent PD. So if you have a chance and you want to learn how to fish, swing by. We'll have individuals volunteering to help kids tie fishing pole or tie hooks, bait a worm, and to learn how to cast. And hopefully we'll catch some big fish. That's it.
I just, Mike, I want to thank you and your daughter for coming, because it's huge, and I feel your frustration wholeheartedly, and I get it. So we're going to really try, like we said, our hands are tied with a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that, in all honesty, I just want to say the boat was missed, okay? With recreation, it's tough because we have a lot of different recreation facilities, and my pet peeve is we don't finish a project before we start something new. And, so we have a lot of different things that are open-ended. I'd rather just have, let's get a project going, finish it before we move on to the next one. And I think that's where, and I'm included, that's where, we try to do a whole thing. So the whole, Mahopac and Carmel looks great. And, that's a fault of me too, trying to bite off too much. But, it's got to get to a certain project and finish it. So thank you, because I know it was the first day of school too. Thanks, honey, for coming.
So we're going to have our e-waste, our electronic waste drop-off on October 4th, Saturday, October 4th, from 9 to 12 on Mud Pond Road. And we're having Shred It October 25th, Saturday the 25th, from 9 to 12 at the Geary Park. Both of these are in Town Hall and also on our website. Can we get a motion to go to executive session?
So moved.
Personnel? And all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody. See you next week. And don't forget, Delaware is coming. They have cost analysis for every one of the plans that what were those called? Alternatives. They have costs for each of the alternatives to go over with everybody from Carmel Water District 2. Good night.